All right, continuing on down here at the Spirit Academy. If you're watching the videos out there, I had an oracle card reading with Monique. You can check her Facebook page out as well. It was a really interesting experience, and I have to say, the interesting but very positive experience down here at the Spirit Academy Sarnia, located at 425 Exmo Street, just across from our friends at Pickers Alley here in Sarnia. And everything is positive, and it's calm, and there's some great music going on. And Jessica Smalls, you're a big lead in getting this happening here.
Yeah, this is a pretty big dream of mine.
Yeah. How did this all start for you?
This all started 10 years ago.
Okay.
I was teaching, and I really didn't fit in that box.
Okay.
So I left that box. So it all started as a business that I ran that was just for kids, and I was going to have a school and all these big ideas, and I was having babies.
Right.
Life doesn't happen really fast when you're the mom having the babies.
Right.
So it kind of has percolated over the years and transformed and changed as I have. And last September, the opportunity came up to rent a space, and I just went for it.
Yeah.
It was time.
And Jennifer and I came in here, we're like, wow, we had no idea. I always thought there was just that front room out there.
Yeah.
This is a huge building, and I know you're working on an upstairs as well.
Yeah.
And it seems like you've got a lot of collaboration that's helping make this happen.
We do. It's really a community space, and that was my intention for it all along. Even though it's my brainchild, it's got to be from community. Community is what holds us all together. It's what makes business really profitable and successful. And I'm a big community person.
Yeah. Well, and it shows that by coming down here tonight and tomorrow. This will start at 10 o'clock in the morning until 6, taking donations at the door to give back to the Hub.
Yeah. Rebound has a program that called the Hub, and they service youth between the ages of 16 to 24, which is a really underserved age group.
Absolutely.
So they do some really great things there. And I connected with them 3 years ago when we did our first Aquariun festival at a space that I used to work out of. And I just choose charities that I like, and the Hub is a good one.
Yeah.
And the SPCA is the other one that I support too. So we have different events that are specifically around creating donations.
And this is an Aquariun festival.
Yeah.
Jennifer got excited for a minute because she thought it was Aquarium Festival, but anyway, Aquariun Festival.
Like horses?
Yeah, right. So let's tell everybody who's watching what exactly is that, and what other kinds of things are available here tonight.
Yeah, so Aquariun Festival is about the age of Aquarius. There's a song of the age of Aquarius. We haven't really met that yet. Evolutionarily, with energy, we're not in the time of Aquariun, but the time of Aquariun is approaching. So that's the time when we're all empowered and doing our own thing and really living our purposes.
Right.
Which you know about, because you're doing your own thing now, right?
Most days.
Yeah. Well, it's not an everyday thing for anybody.
No, that's right.
Yeah, so what was the second part of your question?
Well, just what other things are going on here that are making a part of this Aquariun Festival?
Yeah, so bringing in psychics, local psychics.
Right.
So I like to focus on just the people that are here in the community, and we'll branch out as word gets out. But giving people the opportunity to come and have confirmation for the things that they think they might know.
Yeah, sometimes that third party, right?
It's sometimes really helpful. I know for the last 10 years I had a lot of people in my life that provided confirmation for me, and that helped me grow in a massive way, spiritually, personally.
Sometimes we need to hear that, yes, we are making the right decisions.
Yeah, and no, you're not crazy.
Yeah, right. Well, there's that too, right? For sure. Now, what are you doing here? I know we've struggled to get your attention because you've got so many people coming in, and you're sitting down and talking with them. And what is that all about?
Well, the services I provide, I'm an energy reader. So when I look at somebody, I see the physical person, certainly, but I also see the energy that
What are you doing right now?
What am I doing? I'm trying to see your physical face. So I have all kinds of things that I see. So I see other dimensions. I see more than just what's in front of me and what most people see. And I've been this way since I was born. But I didn't really tap into it. It was really scary because I didn't have people in my life that could explain that to me, and I didn't really feel safe even sharing that.
Sure. Well, that brings me to my next point. I'll be honest with you. So what about the non-believers? How do you How do you convince them or try to? You just keep moving on. Because I'm sure you must run into that.
I used to.
Yeah.
And then I shifted my intention to more of I'm just going to be me. And if you're not attracted to the energy of knowing inner truth, then people just don't come.
Yeah.
So once I shifted that intention,
Stop
non-believers stopped coming.
Right. Well, you are who you surround yourself with, and
Exactly.
and that creates that. I guess that's an energy. I call it the energy environment, right? You know,
Yeah.
who's around you.
Yeah, it's very real.
Yeah. Now, do you there has to be obviously a confidentiality thing, but an honesty thing in when you're talking with somebody. Do you ever have to share some things that maybe they don't want to hear?
Absolutely.
How does that go?
Most of my sessions are things that people don't want to hear.
Yeah.
I just let them know ahead of time. You know, this gets really real really fast.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a hot seat.
Yeah.
So if you don't want the hot seat,
My
then,
wife's right there.
if you don't want the hot seat, then
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
sit down. Right? And some people come, so how I relate that back to, you know, not working with people that really don't want that is I give people homework.
Oh, okay.
So every reading I do is about, this particular reading is about finding, identifying the pattern of behavior in a person's life that they're living. So they know it already, but this tool allows me to tap into that and read it really accurately.
Right. And what is this tool you're referring to? We want to come in and maybe get a shot of this.
This tool is called the Circle of Fire, and it was channeled from my guides when I was working at a job that I really hated and thought I was doing a doodle.
Nobody ever does that.
No. That was the last time I did, though.
Right.
So this helps me identify, all the symbols have meaning, so it helps me identify the person's pattern of behavior in their life. I explain it to them. It's always bang on. It has been wrong. So I put out the challenge, like, come prove it wrong.
Right.
Come prove it wrong. And then once we establish that pattern of behavior, what I do with people is I support them to come from their empowered center.
Okay.
That's where all our power is. That's where we can start shifting things and really changing our life to, you know, more of what we do want, and really work on that worthiness factor that a lot of us are dealing with,
Right.
most of us.
Yeah.
And then the next piece of that is giving people that next first step
Okay.
to shift that pattern. So that it gets kind of magical after that, because I just kind of close my eyes and I see. Most often I see people as a child and what they were doing and the things they did then.
Yeah.
And so I'll be like, oh, did you do this? And they're going, how did you know?
Right.
But more often than not, it's what did you do as a child? Come back to that. Bring that play back into your life so you can be who you really are, instead of, you know, who we were taught we ought to be.
Why is it? Yeah. Well, that's a good point too. Let's see if we can confront that. Why is it so hard for us to be real about what we want to do? I mean, I'll share. I struggled in the beginning of what I'm doing now to go, is this worth it? You know, and people looking at me and laughing at me and what's he doing now? That crazy burro, you know, whatever, right? And then, you know, and then I surround myself with the right people, and then things happen, right? And it's true, but why is it so hard for us to come to that realization of being real? What are we afraid of?
I'm not sure it's fear.
Okay.
I think it's more about how we've been socially conditioned to fit in the box.
Yeah. Well,
And there ought not be a box, because none of us really fit inside it. If we really address our whole self, none of us fit inside the box that society created for us.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a belief, really.
It really is.
Yeah.
And the more you do what you need to do, the more you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
But when you first start doing it, you have to really...
Sit a little taller.
Yeah, you do. When you first start following your own path, it's a struggle.
Yeah.
It's a big struggle, and I had this similar, just like you're saying, like, oh, people are going to look at me. That's more ego than anything else. But when we come from our heart space, it doesn't matter if people are laughing.
Yeah.
Because we're doing it for ourselves. We're not doing it for any other reason.
Well, and maybe that's part of it. We're not supposed to think of ourselves first, are we?
Totally. That is the first lesson I teach everybody.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, in a positive way, not in a self-centered way, but in a positive, selfish way, I guess, if that's a
well.
way to put it.
I'm a wordsmith.
Okay, all right, here we go.
I wrote a couple books, and one of the words that I deal with in there is selfish.
Okay.
Selfish, the way we've learned it, is a judgment. We haven't learned the definition of the word.
Right.
We learned the societal conditioning of the word, which is to be like, oh, you're being selfish, but no. So I just removed that word from my vocabulary. I use the word self-full. I'm being self-full. I'm being self-full, not full of myself, but self-full.
There you go.
So I'm doing things for me
I'm
first
gonna write
because
that one down.
because that's where our genius comes from.
Yeah.
It comes from inside us. It doesn't come from the neighbor down the street.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, congratulations on your new place here, Spirit Academy. And we're going to show some more of what's happening. Down the hall here, there's Craft for the Kids. It's on until 10 o'clock tonight. If you can't make it down here tonight, come on back tomorrow. It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning, goes all day until 6 o'clock. Bring the kids down. They're allowed to browse around here. They'll keep them busy back in the craft room while you're here enjoying everything else. And some really amazing music that's happening out front here for the Aquariun Festival at Spirit Academy Sarnia. Down here, 425 Exmouth Street, across from our friends at Pickers Alley. Jessica, thank you so much. I really appreciate you sharing part of your story here today. Come on down. Say hello to Jessica, Monique, and everybody else that's here for the show live on location. Once again, I'm David Burrows. Thanks for watching.